Page 102, 7th Street Blues. In this lesson, they're talking about the interval of a seventh. We already had intervals. To figure out any interval, simply count up from the bottom. We've had sevenths because we've had 5/7 chords. We've been dealing with sevenths. That's really all it is. Seventh chords, sevenths are used a lot in blues and jazz and so forth. I don't have a lot to say about it. I mean, they say you go up 7. Well, I'm too lazy to count up 7. I just go down 1. It's quicker. So let's just say if you go C to C, that's an octave. An octave has an interval of an eighth. I just go down 1. It's a seventh. I could also do this one. It's also known as a seventh. There are different flavors of intervals. We haven't got into those yet. We're just dealing with numbers right now. So I can go down 1 from the top, or I can go up 1 from the bottom. The point is I'm decreasing the interval by 1 note. Whether I do it this way or this way, doesn't matter. It's still a seventh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because that's an eighth. That's seventh. Until we start talking about the different flavors of intervals, well, in a sense, we already have talked about flavors of intervals or types of intervals, because we've already talked about major thirds and minor thirds, where a major third was 4 half steps and a minor third was 3. That's how you can tell the difference between a major triad and a minor triad and all that. Okay, sevenths, we use this is called a major seventh, and if I go down 1, that's called a minor seventh. It's just 1 less interval. 1 less half step, I should say. They're both used a lot in music. So let's talk about this blues thing. It's 2 lines long, treble and bass clef, 1 sharp in the key signature. We're in the key of G major, so make sure you're doing the G major scale, and go ahead and be doing the E minor scale also, because it has 1 sharp in it. And 4/4 time signatures. Take it one hand at a time, make sure we know what's going on. We just got the chords in the right hand. G chord, and then here. They're using the same fingers on all these. Don't have to. A little better one might be to do a 1, 2, 4 on the first one, and then 3, 5 on the other 2. This way you're not moving around quite so much. Is another way of doing it. However you finger it on the first line, do the same on the second. Or whichever. Left hand, the left hand starts here, and we got this pattern going on here. This is really common in boogie woogies and blues. You get this where the bottom note's the same. Well, when I do that, I don't use the thumb for all of those. Yeah, so I use the first one, the lower one is 2, and then thumb. It's easier. So it's a 5, 2, and then 1, and then 2. The rhythm, second measure, 1 and 2 and that's tied then all through the next measure, and then you get the triplets, triplet, triplet, or 1 and a 2 and a, and the notes are B flat, B natural, A. These 1 and a 2 and a, 1 and a 2 and a. That's all it is. 1 and a 2 and a, or triplet, 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 triplet. And then again. Okay. Last measure is the same thing. Triplet. And again with triplets, it's important that the 3 notes of the triplet and the note after the triplet, the 4 notes total, are all even. The last measure, all of that, all of them, ba 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 ba. Don't go. That's not a triplet. No. Triplet is a triple up boom. So then we put the hands together, but fortunately, really only 1 hand at a time is doing anything. You're here, 1 and 2 and then this time, hold the left hand down. Now hold the right hand down, 1 and down. Like so. So you go through and put the hands together at your speed, not mine. Then go back through and get rid of the hesitations. It would be handy if you could get to where you could play this without looking at the keyboard, even though you're moving a little bit. We need to develop the feel of the key and the keys next to it, where we are and where we're going close, like that. So this, to feel that, and this, without looking at the keyboard eventually. Now once I have that, I get rid of the hesitations. No hesitations. And then I think about the articulation, which they don't give any except for the last note, is staccato accent. You just flex at the wrist and come off of it. Boom. Give it a little extra. All right. Once you get to know it, if you want to add some staccatos in places, that's entirely up to you, or some accents. They do put an accent in second measure. That gets back to accenting syncopated notes. Typically, we would accent syncopated notes. They don't even have to put in an accent. It's part of interpreting the music. Syncopation, remember, is playing a note when you don't expect it, or maybe you don't play a note when you do or something. So here, in the second measure, we expect ba, 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 but we're playing that one note quicker, ba, ba, ba. So you'd accent it. Yeah, same thing in the second line. Now once I have the articulation under control, more or less, I think about the dynamics, and it's MF. It's just sort of loud throughout, both hands. As far as the speed goes, it's just in the middle. It's a nice walk. One way of doing it, you don't have to take it that speed. You play it. Put in the natural accents. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you're having trouble feeling those, exaggerate them. Play them loud. Feel these natural accents through. That last measure here, right when I play that note, the right hand comes up. 1, 2, 3. Because it comes up on beat 3, and that's beat 3. So 1, 2, 3. There, and you're done. Unless, of course, you want to repeat it. There's no repeat sign, but this is so short you could repeat it and make it a little longer than that. Let's play this together slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Rest.